Hey guys, Brexis here, and we're playing some Space Engine. So, it's been a while since, well, I guess it hasn't really been a while. It's been a few days since I've done one of these videos. I did say I'd do one tonight. I was actually editing a different video, and that actually delayed me quite a bit on recording this. But, let me just adjust my screen here a little bit. Okay, so, essentially, I'm going to be changing how I accept suggestions for these videos. Because I'm getting so many comments now. Not really so many suggestions. It's still a tolerable amount of suggestions. I can still handle that. But, it's more or less, I don't know. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of comments, like on my other videos, not just the, Space Engine videos, and they get mixed up. And if I go through the comments list on, like, my videos and stuff, like, all my comments, there's a lot of comments. I'm getting a lot of comments now. So, instead, what I'm going to be doing for suggestions is I'm going to be looking at the previous Space Engine Exploration video. So, for my next recording, it'll be the comments on this video only. So, yeah, that's how I'm going to do it now. So, if you see that your suggestion is missed, that is probably due to you, not actually posting on the latest Space Engine video. Maybe I should add this to the description as well, as like my standard description. Because my description is a template, so I could add that in, like how to suggest something. Question a lot, basically just slap the ID right there in the comments. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get started. So, we have two from, let's see, Derpsauce Game, and he wants me to visit 3 planets for the first suggestion. It's all one little system. Let's go ahead and paste in the ID. Okay, so here we go. Alright. This is a beautiful little Terra. We got kind of a nice little purple color here, and green. Do the rings have a color? Doesn't appear so, they just appear to be dark. Wonder if that's because they're basically facing straight towards the parenting star right now, as you can see here. Down right here. No, I think they are just dark rings. Also, what is that around that star? Oh no, nothing. That's just a shine of the ring. Okay. I was a little bit confused there. So we got a nice temperate Terra with life, marine and terrestrial. Oxygen, very similar to Earth. And about half of our atmospheric pressure. So the pressure on this planet is rather low. Something we might not be able to actually survive at. Like standing on a very, very tall mountain. Or if you were outside of a plane. Yeah, let's see, the temperature is 7 degrees, so it's a relatively cool planet, but I'm not seeing any ice caps yet. This is a very, very big mountain range. Look at how huge this is. Interesting. The diameter is about twice of that of Earth. And that is a huge mountain range. It keeps going. How far does this go? All the way over here. Wow, that's crazy. Now we do have a low atmospheric pressure, so the cloud altitude is a little bit up there. Pretty high. In fact, the cloud altitude sits at about... Let's see, this is probably from sea level now. Okay. From about an altitude of 8 kilometers, so these are pretty high up clouds. And we have some kind of very vibrant green looking hills here, with the sedimentary rock texture, of course. And it looks like our kind of generic life texture, like that mossy forest thing. That seems to be on pretty much most planets. Let's see if we can find the other life texture, which will probably be this dark region right over here. Let's go ahead and slow down the camera a little bit. And that looks like treetops or something. That weird orange mixed in. Very nice, but he also wanted me to visit some other planets in this system, so let's go ahead and select the star. Hit F2, and he wants me to visit B4, which is the Terra that I'm on. B5, which is this planet right over here. Oh, okay. That's the Andromeda Galaxy, isn't it? I do believe so. Yeah, that's the Andromeda Galaxy right there. What galaxy are we in? Triangulum? No, we're in one of the elliptical galaxies that hover over Andromeda. Okay, so we have a nice coffee-colored gas giant right here. Looks like it has its creamer just mixed in. So, not the most appealing planet to me. No, I'm joking. We have some beautiful auroras right here, which it looks like I have them on low setting possibly. No, I have them on high. Oh, and we have like a really nice detailed cloud layer, as you can see here. It's been a while since I actually seen one of these. I don't really get suggested gas giants a lot. It's mostly Terras. And the game is actually playing, as you can tell by the planet actually spinning below us. Very nice. And beautiful aurora effect. Now, is there any moons you actually wanted me to visit around here? Let's go ahead and hit F2 and check these out. No, it's just a couple Selenas. Which we can go to this closest Selena right here and see that it's glowing a nice kind of brown color on the Selena. Gas giant just kind of on the Selena here, and as you can see, we can actually see the central star cluster in the center of this galaxy. And here we go, flying straight into the black hole. So that's very cool. We could actually see basically the black hole from that planet we were just on. And here's our blue shift. As you can see, it's kind of a box, and you have like this blurry part on the outside. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next suggestion, which once again is from Derpsauce Gaming. He says he wants me to visit and its moons. The planet is Terra with life, a hot Mars. Let's go ahead and check it out. Here we go. We're in the same galaxy. Oh, and we have a kind of beautiful looking Terra here with some huge polar ice caps. I always like when they have huge ice caps. It's mainly because I love snow. I was actually asking what my favorite planets are in this game, and these are actually kind of the ones I do like. There's ones with huge polar ice caps and like snowy mountains all over the place. Really cold planets. Well, this one's not too cold. It's at -2 degrees Celsius, so that's somewhere around 29 degrees Fahrenheit, I believe, maybe 28. Somewhere around that general area in Fahrenheit. Which is cold. I mean, that's below freezing. But that's the average surface temperature, so you can imagine up in the polar regions, it is very cold. So we have kind of that generic life texture, but this time kind of a bluish green tint. That might just be due to the atmosphere, though. You can see the beautiful rings, and look at that huge moon right there. It's apparently a hot Mars. We'll check that out in just a moment. So this planet is a little bit bigger than our Earth. 13% bigger, roughly. And the ESI is actually 93%, so it's actually very similar to Earth. Very cool. And as you can see, a very high altitude cloud layer just hovering over these mountains here. It's like a single layer. Very nice. And once again, we probably have a nice view of the center of the galaxy, which is very cool as well. And as you can see, there's volcanic activity. So let's check out this hot Mars. Oh wait, I spy a little tiny comet over there. Yep, a cold asteroid. Because that's a nice... Oh, whoa. There's another comet right here. Oh yeah, in fact, it's kind of the start of a system. It's like a proto-system right there. There's actually a lot of asteroids orbiting around. Very nice. So, let's go ahead and check out this planet right here. Is this technically a dual planet system? It might be. No, it's not. That's actually technically a moon. But that is dangerously close to the other world. And there's the beautiful Andromeda Galaxy. So this must have a very high greenhouse effect atmosphere, which it does. Carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide. Both very potent greenhouse gases. And the temperature of this planet is actually sitting at 190 degrees Celsius, which is very contrast compared to the other planet that's sitting over there. Just kind of tells you what the atmosphere really does to it. Even though they're essentially at the same distance. The mass is actually rather low. The diameter is 6,300 kilometers, which is about half of that of Earth. And yeah, just a very, very kind of inhospitable world. The atmosphere doesn't look very thick when actually visualizing it, and according to the atmospheric pressure over here, it's actually rather low. So a very cool looking world, and I don't even know what that volcano is spewing out. Looks like just ash. Kind of like flaky ash sitting on top of maybe magma or something like that, because you could see a faint red glow in there. It's not as visible in this one. As you can see, there is a lot of volcanoes. I think this is actually a bugged out one. And there is that beautiful terra just rising from the horizon over there. Very beautiful sight. In fact, I think that might just be a thumbnail. I think that would make a very cool looking thumbnail. I kind of like that. There you go. Nice little tilt to it. There we go. That is going to be our thumbnail. Let me just save that real quick. Just drop it into... There we go. Got a screenshot. Okay, so that's our thumbnail for this video. I like that view. And there's those beautiful comet tails. Let's see if we can go to the night sky on this world and see if it's actually illuminated by this planet, which it appears to be. In fact, it actually gives it a nice blue tint. As you can see, the kind of toxic atmosphere, though, has made the Andromeda Galaxy actually a kind of orangish color. But as you get out of the atmosphere, you can see that it's got that beautiful blue. So, let's see. Oh man, I just hit show more on illegal extraterrestrials comment. This is spoiler alert with an H. And man, you put a lot of like enters in there. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next planet, which is from Flash. He says, check it out and its planets. It's a star with some planets. You did not give me a specific planet to look at, so we'll only look at a couple. Oh, I think we're back in the Milky Way Galaxy. Yeah, that's the Milky Way Galaxy. Okay. There's actually not a lot of planets here. Okay, so we have this beautiful star. Let's go ahead and... Oh, wait. Another comet, it looks like. Unless that's the gas... Or, no, that's the planet. Okay, it's just very close. On the star. And see if we can see this planet. Oh, there it is. That faint, bright dot there. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, you can barely see it, but there it is. I can see it now more though, now that I'm zoomed in. But as you can see, there's these beautiful, beautiful like bumps kind of on this star. I think it would be very cool to have like a texture of some kind here. I don't know what the texture would be, but it'd be cool to have like a kind of small detail mapping on these stars. Because once you get pretty close, it just looks very basic, I guess. But if you get the right distance, which is about right here, they look absolutely amazing. Anyways, let's go ahead and check out this planet. So here we go, a completely molten world. And as you can see, it's actually experienced a lot of collisions, it looks like. That massive star just kind of in the background there. Very cool. And I mean, it's all molten, so I would assume it would have a magnetic field, but as you can tell, it does have one. There's actually some auroras that are hovering quite high above this world. And actually it has some mountains here, which I can only assume are just pure lava. But it might be slightly solidified here because of it might be slightly cooler on this side. But I don't think much is gonna survive this. This world is cooking away and all of its matter is being ejected out into its system. And there is the beautiful twilight effect of the star just shining light, and there is a huge shadow being casted. As you can see, we can actually see the kind of the way it does it. You can see like there's this kind of staircase effect from like the quote-unquote resolution of this effect. So that's actually kind of cool. Seen that before. Very nice. If I go lower, I assume it blends better. Yeah, it certainly does. And, well, you can call this our sunrise, but this planet's totally locked. But as you can see, as we kind of go towards the night sky, it gets a little bit darker. Actually fades off to a nice blue. So even though we're technically in like the night sky, as it shows the planet here, like pretty much half the star is still visible. But very cool looking planet. Let's check out this scorched desert over here. Okay, I can barely see anything here. It's also got a huge comet tail and is cooking away. This one might actually be solid. Okay. This is a cloud layer. This isn't actually the terrain. I thought that was the terrain for a moment. So no, this is actually the cloud layer, so this has a major greenhouse effect, I do believe. Yeah, it certainly does. And it's also sitting very close to the star. The atmosphere above the cloud layer almost looks Earth-like, though. So let's go ahead and fly down to the lower atmosphere. So as you can see, we have some very wavy terrain. No, that's not terrain either. That is, in fact, another cloud layer. Okay, there is our terrain. Which I can only assume... Actually, it's rocky. What doesn't make sense, though, is the fact that it has, like, kind of eroded river rocks here, so that means there was once water on here, possibly eroding away these rocks and rounding them out. That strikes me as a bit odd. Because rocks on planets like Mars and the Moon are difficult for our rovers because they're actually very, very sharp. They don't have water flowing across them to round them out. They're actually very jagged and very sharp rocks. So they're actually a lot of trouble for space equipment. But weirdly enough, we have like these nice round river rocks, as you can see right here. Very interesting. Yeah. That's just because the game itself I don't think has any parameters to generate textures based on like the world type or anything like that. And we have these two lovely detailed cloud layers. Very cool world. Let's check out this hot desert, which is apparently the furthest away planet. Not really a Mars. It looks like kind of like Mars, but it has a thicker atmosphere, I do believe, which is very visible. Actually, that is kind of Mars-like. But it's very hot. It's actually sitting at 373 degrees Celsius. So, it's a very hot world as well. And there's a gas giant. It's also sitting at 700 degrees. It has no moons, as you can see. Even the Selena is sitting at 478, and it doesn't even have an atmosphere, so that is a very, very powerful star. Ah, yeah, it's an orange giant, so it's nearing the end of its life. Anyways, very cool system. Let's move on to the next one, which is from Illegal Extraterrestrial. Okay, good paste, and here we go. He says good colors. What galaxy are we in now? Okay, well there's the world. There's a star with... Wow, this is like the Comet Tail special. Oh yeah, I just hit 700 subscribers as well. Oh wow, I like the kind of grayscale color we got going on here. Anyways, yeah, I just hit 700 subscribers, so I mean, that's very awesome. Yeah, I don't know really what to say. I mean, that is amazing, but I don't know. I have no words for that. Other than, I greatly appreciate it, but, oh. We'll explore this one in just a moment, but that is a molten world. What I was saying was, that is very awesome, and I greatly appreciate it. Like I've said a few times before, I just kind of do this for fun. I don't really do it for any type of gain or anything. My videos are amateur at best, and I don't put a lot of editing or effort into them, I would say. I do put a lot of time into them, certainly, but yeah, I'm not really like the best at editing and stuff, and to get like 700 subscribers this quickly is insane. Like I've literally got like 100 subscribers in the past 3 or 4 days, which is just, yeah, insane. It's nuts. I mean, if I check my sub count right now, I'm at 705 already. But some people are saying, like, we got Jackson Morris here, who's not being ignored. He says, hashtag get Abraxas to 1,000 before 17. I kind of did the math on that, and I don't think that is going to happen, but that'd be very cool, I guess. 1,000, I guess, is a pretty good milestone, especially over, like, the course of 3 probably going on 4 months. I've had this channel for longer than that, of course, but I mean, that's when my subscribers really started spiking, as I started doing like space videos. So I mean, I would like to thank like Anton Petrov for like kind of turning me on to these games like Universe Sandbox 2 and SpaceEngine. I wouldn't be doing these videos if I didn't see his videos. So I mean, if you guys don't know of his channel, I mean, for one, I'm shocked, and two, his videos are amazing, and I would say a lot better than mine. And I do suggest going and checking them out. Anyways, continuing on, we have that planet there with a huge comet tail. And we have this world here, which is actually very hot. I don't think because it's actually close to the star, is it? Oh, this is actually a hot gas giant. But it might actually be tidal effects as well, but maybe not. It could be kind of both. It is a scorched desert, and it's actually sitting at 758 degrees. If I bring up this system here, I believe I'm at this world. So yeah, it's significantly hotter than this gas giant, so it could be a mix of this extreme greenhouse effect, and maybe even tidal forces. But as you see, we have some kind of molten red clouds here. Let's fly through, I think, 3 layers of clouds. The lowest layer is actually red. And wow, that is actually a really awesome view. Check that out. That is very cool. If I go over to the daylight side, we might even get a better view potentially. Because we have that huge comet tail in the sky. Let's go right here to the sunset. The comet tail is not really that visible. It is kind of when you filter it through the clouds and atmosphere. If I come right here, maybe... No, these clouds don't really dissipate. There's just a lot of clouds. You can kind of see the comet tail, but that is very cool. I did see some other worlds that were orbiting around here, which do have some pretty colors, as he said. This one's got a nice purple hue, as you can see, with the atmosphere there. And so does this one, these 2 hot deserts. Similar material. For the most part, the atmospheres are actually slightly different, which is interesting. Or are they the same thing, just in different orders? No, they're slightly different. And then we have this scorched desert over here, which has the same flaming clouds, but it's a nice brown color. Let's go ahead and touch down, maybe right over next to this hurricane. Oh, wow. It's the clouds, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Just like kind of the hellish red glow from those clouds. And where's that gas giant? Oh, there it is. It actually looks kind of yellow. It was a grayscaled gas giant, but now it looks kind of yellow through this atmosphere. That's awesome. Very cool little system, like gas giant system. Thanks for suggesting it. Do we have anything else to actually check out? We have this scorched ice giant, which isn't much of an ice giant when it's sitting at 926 degrees. It's not faring very well sitting next to this star, but I don't think it's the, it's not the thing casting this huge comet tail either. That would go to this scorched desert right here, which, as you can see, that comet tail is incredibly bright and spans out across the system quite a ways. And there's all the planet's matter just being blown away by solar winds. Very cool. You can see that star is very violent. You can see a lot of like coronal mass ejection. It's just kind of flying out. That's what these bands are, I do believe. And if I play and just fast forward a little bit, yeah, you can just see it like shooting them out. So very nice. Once we get to the edge of the system, the planets actually do get a little bit cooler though. Like this one's sitting at negative 118 degrees, so it's a very cold world. Which, as it says, it's a cold ice world with a nice blue color. You can see like the cracks through the ice. Probably due to tectonic forces or something like that. And not too detailed of cloud layer. That looks a low resolution. Oh no, it's actually generating a little bit more. There it is. And it looks like we have 2 cloud layers. There's one right here, faintly visible, and this one right here. So a very cool system. Let's go ahead and move on to the next suggestion. Carrie Selznick wants me to revisit RG0000, which is what I would say would be the first galaxy, I guess. I think the original person who suggested this is not interesting. I think I've been back here before. But here is RG0000, which is just a kind of simple standard galaxy. I don't think there's really anything unique about it, other than apparently it is the first galaxy in the seed, I guess. And immediately I selected a white supergiant. It doesn't have anything actually orbiting around it, though. I don't know what the odds of that would actually be. Nothing orbiting around a supergiant. Or any star, for that matter. This one has a black hole orbiting around it. Yep, check that out. There's a nice black hole, no accretion disk, around this blue star. Anyways, yeah, there's not... I'm not gonna go around and look for any planets, really. I've been here before. I actually have a kind of... I don't think it's a dedicated video on it, but it's definitely a video where I check out a few planets in this galaxy. Other than that, it's a pretty standard galaxy. I don't really do galaxy suggestions very much, just because it's like, okay, well, I'm here, what do you want me to do now? I mean, I can zoom out of the galaxy, click on it, and just double tap Control G, and I'll be in its black hole. So, I mean, here's the black hole in the center. It looks like pretty much every other galaxy black hole. We have a bunch of cool clusters around and stuff, and actually you can see a lot of the faint stars, because it's actually kind of a smaller galaxy. So the sky is just kind of lit up with tons and tons of stars over here in the center of the galaxy, which is very cool. The next one he wants me to visit is RG0001. Oh, whoops. Let me retype that. There we go. And here we go. Okay. So this one's actually a little bit cooler of a galaxy. I like the way the texture actually generated, so let's go ahead and fly to the center. And here's our black hole. Maybe. Oh, I'm inside it. Okay, the reason why I went inside of it is because it's actually the max size for random generated galaxies. As you can see, we have a bunch of star clusters. There's one there, there. Center here, it looks like. We got another one over there. So if I fly out a little bit, you can see there's actually a bunch of star clusters kind of hanging out. You can see it better if I go to the configuration and turn up the galaxies. All those bright objects there, the bright white ones, are pretty much star clusters. So this one actually is absolutely packed with star clusters. See, I don't think the Milky Way has like this many. Very cool. So the next suggestion is from Andromeda, of course. And let's go ahead and check it out. It is the third planet from this star. A randomly generated one. And here we go. A frozen titan. I haven't seen one of these in a bit. The game crashed. One moment. And we're loaded back in. Let's get that to pop up. Okay, we're at this black hole again. Okay, so let's go ahead and paste back in the suggestion. I think Andromeda and Andromedas are very good at making my game crash. I mean, they have to be good, right? So good that my game crashes? I mean, I'll use that logic. Okay, so I see a binary star system. White main sequence star, and an orange giant. Actually, that's kind of, yeah, there's the orange giant, with actually a bunch of asteroids orbiting around it. Zoom out here. We can see our white main sequence star, which is incredibly bright. It's kind of oval-shaped. And if we look around, because Andromeda likes to get a nice skybox going, I think we might just see... Okay, we have a nice big elliptical galaxy. We have a spiral galaxy over there. This is the galaxy we're in. Actually, I think we're outside of this galaxy. We could just be in one of those small pockets. No, we're basically outside this galaxy. We're in between an elliptical galaxy and this galaxy that's recycling Andromeda. No. What? Oh, no, we're in a kind of stray star, binary stars that are in the center of Andromeda in this galaxy. Now, while this technically would be Andromeda, and this might technically be a collision, that's actually pretty cool that we're just kind of in between the two. I thought it was a galaxy reusing Andromeda's texture, but I guess not. So I guess we're technically in the Andromeda galaxy. But as you can see, these Titan worlds are very dim. As we touch down here, you can see like this nice blue sky, and there's the beautiful Andromeda galaxy. Kind of faintly in the sky there, but you can see it during the daytime because these planets are typically very dim. And there's our two stars just kind of lighting our daytime sky. Nice. I don't think there's any life on this world. I do love this shade of blue though. It looks very nice. And what is going on here? Titans are kind of weird like this. They like to do weird things with the textures, I guess. Typically where the rocks meet. I don't know quite what's up with that. But we actually have some beautiful eroded hills. Even though it's, I mean, I guess, yeah, there would be erosion on a Titan world. But it would be rains of not water, but typically something else. In this case, probably liquid nitrogen. So yeah, very cool. Or liquid methane. And you can see it looks like 4 bands of the lovely aurora effect on this world. Let's try to go over to the night sky. See if we could spot that elliptical galaxy. Let's see any of the land here, so I'll just press my landing button. And just kind of touch down, probably in the ocean, and look up in the night sky. There. Let's go ahead and decrease our field of view. So you can see the edge of the Andromeda galaxy. You can see that over there. The galaxy? Yeah, we can see both edges of the Andromeda galaxy. That's pretty cool. But I'm not seeing... which is over there. That strikes me as a bit odd, but probably because it's a lot dimmer than Andromeda from this distance, and I think that's Triangulum. No, that's in fact the Milky Way. Hello, home galaxy. So let's go ahead and check out this next suggestion from Andromeda, which appears to be in a different galaxy. But not too far out. Whoa, okay. That's Red Dwarf? Yes. And we have this beautiful hurricane. Very pretty world. But what Andromeda is really good at is also getting a pretty sky view, as I mentioned before. And as you can see, we have kind of a gas giant over there with a bunch of moons orbiting around, so that's pretty cool. Nice bright object, probably even, yeah, it's even visible during the day. But as you see, there's actually a spiral galaxy looking like it's actually colliding in with this galaxy. Down there, we actually have an irregular galaxy colliding in as well. Oh, and another irregular galaxy. This isn't actually too far from the Milky Way. Is this actually real? Let's check. Yeah, this is actually logged, as you can see. That is actually very awesome. If you want to visit these, I mean, the IDs, of course, are in the top left. It's a tidally locked world. Let's go ahead and just watch it rotate. It is a desert, but let's check out its life texture, which looks like kind of the rocky treetops. Okay, or rocky terrain with treetops. Yeah, let's go ahead and watch this storm just kind of rotate around the planet. They should probably rotate with the object. Oh. Okay then, I guess not. Goodbye world, wherever you went. Oh, I apparently selected on a star. That's probably why things are going a little bit weird. Well, oh well. Let's reset our field of view. So it looks like I have a couple more suggestions. Next ones are from Neff Diggity Dog. And let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, so he wants me to go to a pulsar. Okay, yeah, he wants me to go to a pulsar, so let's see if we can get this to load. Doesn't appear so. Okay, so this is the pulsar he wants me to go to. He says this has a... okay, so this apparently has the shortest orbital period, which would make sense. This is a pulsar, so it is a very, very dense star. If we get close to it, you can see it actually has a slight blue shift and a lensing effect around it, so it actually bends light around it. It is a very dense neutron star. This is actually not the densest one I've seen in the game, though. It doesn't have as much of a bend to it as everything else. But if we zoom out here, we have this planet here, which is discovered by pulsar timing in 2011. So we got this pulsar here. Typically, if it was like an actual star, it would have been like out to here probably. But it's probably gone through either a supernova or nova event and ejected its hydrogen and helium shell out. So we are left with the core of the star right here, which was apparently so dense that it collapsed in and became this beautiful, beautiful pulsar. Of course, if you got anywhere near this pulsar, you'd be stretched and then flattened into its surface, and your atoms would be realigned, and you would never be recognizable. Anyways, we have this scorched ice giant here, which is actually orbiting very, very close to this pulsar, which is probably why, if I reset the time here, you could actually see that it's actually spinning. I might have been here before. There's a possibility that I've actually been here before. Wrong. This planet's actually consisting of helium and hydrogen as well. But as you can see, this is real time, and you can actually see this planet rotating around the pulsar. Actually see it orbit. So if I did a real-time video of this, it would actually be very cool, because you could actually watch it in real time. It actually move frame by frame, rather than like over a huge period of time. This one is an orbital period of 2 hours and 10 minutes. So I'm going to bookmark this in case I do decide to make another one of those kind of weird videos that I do that are very, very long. So yeah, very nice. The next one is the most eccentric orbit. I don't know what would actually classify that, but let's check it out. Oh, it's over by the Orion Nebula and Barnard's Loop and all that. So I assume this star might be classified as Orionus. It's flickering, which is not a good thing. That's normally a sign that the game might just crash. Okay, so there is the star. This is the most eccentric orbit, so it must be coming very close to that star. Might even get a comet tail. Let's check out the orbital map. Ooh, look at that. It barely... It nearly grazes that star. It's actually at, like, near the highest point in its orbit. Which, yeah, that's very cool. Let's, speed up time a little bit. And pause. Ah, dang it. Reverse time. Slow down time. Speed up. No. Reverse. the fastest point of its orbit is its closest point. I do believe the closer part of the I think this is apoapsis, and that's periapsis over there. So yeah, as you can see there, as it passes by, let's hit play again and reverse. It gets a nice huge comet tail. So this planet's slowly burning away, but incredibly slowly because it actually has to orbit around the star to burn away. It's not just orbiting right next to it and having a comet tail constantly. It only burns away when it gets close. It might even have some of its mass pulled into the star. But it is a scorched ice giant. And there's its beautiful blue comet tail. So, over time it's just doing this over and over and over again. So, very cool. We have one from X the Snipe XX, and he only has one suggestion, and a smiley face. So let's go ahead and check it out. HIP 287904. Here we go. A cold terror with life. This is essentially like an Oceania, but with polar caps. Very cool. And this is what stops it from being an Oceania, as it does actually have terrain reaching its surface, not just ice kind of floating there, or freezing down to the ocean floor. So it has life, but it's marine life, so it's all going to be in this water over here. This very, very cold water, in fact. Because the average surface temperature, of this planet is negative 31 degrees. So, very cool. I think I see... yeah, the Pleiades Nebula. Over there we have kind of disco world just orbiting around this one, as you can see. And very cool. Look at this mountain range. It actually has an active volcano. Actually, it has two active volcanoes right here. Look at this spike kind of just sticking out of the volcano here because of terrain generation. Oh, wow. Okay. Rain just kind of overlapped the volcano and just said, screw you, volcano, and just spiked up to the altitude of this polar cap. Very cool. Is it doing the same to the other volcano? I think that one might actually be spared because it's kind of far enough away from the polar cap. No? I sense favoritism here between volcanoes in this world. And there's a couple of volcanoes, actually a lot of volcanoes just kind of sitting up here, but you could only really see the peaks of them. Very nice. Alright, so I think this is the last suggestion for the video. So I do plan to keep making these videos, but they're going to be like twice a week, so yeah. If you guys have any ideas for SpaceEngine, like just cool little cinematic ideas or something like that, do let me know. Because I keep doing this beauty of SpaceEngine videos, but I don't know. I kind of want to do like an hour-long one, but that would take a long time to actually record and edit. So that'd be like a little side project, I guess. Also have to find like an hour's worth of royalty-free music. I guess I could play this music in the background, just a playlist of this. I could do that. Yeah, I might just do that. But, yeah, if you guys like the video, please leave it a like. And if you want to see more videos like this, please do subscribe. It really does help. And that is a beautiful cloud layer. And I will see you guys in the next one. And that is super shiny. Let's turn off those orbits. And hit play. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Epilepsy warning. I'll probably just black that part of the video out. Wasn't so beautiful. Anyways, see you guys.